This is going to be the first edition of us doing this interview for the Porch Light Live.
Nice.
And we have Ron Ridolfo here with us, who is going to be our subject, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
And our person we're interviewing this month. Ron?
Thank you. Welcome.
Glad to be here. So Ron, let's go back, right? Let's go all the way back to high school.
Okay.
So where'd you grow up? What high school did you go to? Tell me about that experience.
Grew up in Philadelphia in a neighborhood called Juniata Park.
Okay.
And adjacent to Kensington, Olney, so in that kind of lower northeast area. Went to high school at North Catholic for boys. It was an all-boys high school. Graduated in 82. I played, you want to know about my somewhat athletic, played freshman football, never played organized football in my life, but a friend of mine said, hey, let's go out. So I did it, and then I was a small offensive lineman, third string, got like 3 plays in the whole season. And then I played ice hockey the remaining 3 years, 2 years on varsity, JV and sophomore year. So I still have lifelong friendships with those guys and a lot of my high school people. So that's it's like a community. It was a community. It still is a community. And now we're in our 60s, and we're still hanging out and talking about things we did in high school like it was yesterday.
I love that. I love that. So, grew up in Juniata Park. Then what happens? You graduate high school. Then where did life take you then?
Graduated high school. I was the youngest of 3. My sister and brother were 9 and 8 years older than me, so I stayed at home for a while. Went to community college in New Jersey, of all places. Thought I wanted to be an engineer, electrical engineer. Went for that for 2 years, electrical engineering technology. I was an average student at best. I mean, I didn't really, excel, but I got by, and transferred to Temple University and quickly changed it to marketing.
Okay.
And because calculus and I'm like, this is not going to be me. So I was in marketing and didn't graduate from a 4-year college and got right into sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of sales did you get into?
First job, copier sales.
Copier sales?
Yeah.
What was the challenge there?
Rejection.
Okay.
Go into a center city, Philly, go into a building, top floor, knock on every door, do your little spiel and get physically told to leave. Not physically. I did have one time, security said, you need to be out of here. But it was rejection. It was a numbers game, and that was the mindset you had to have. But I don't regret it, but it's definitely, that's a tough job.
Yeah. Do you remember your script from that?
I don't. Well, it was, you would go in, there would be a receptionist there, and you would basically ask them who is in charge of your office supplies.
Yeah.
You need to get a contact, you get the receptionist's name, and then the decision maker. That's who you really want. So something like that.
Gotcha.
And then objection handling, we had training for that, and that was it.
Awesome. So then you leave from that to, what's your next job after that?
Next job was, I guess my real job was I sold semiconductors, computer chips basically. So I worked in New Jersey, and I was inside sales, I was outside sales, selling semiconductors to government subcontractors, people who make computers, cameras, things like that. Transferred down to Maryland in 1992. My wife moved down when we got married in 94. Our children were born in Columbia, Maryland.
How many children?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Names?
Christy is 29, soon to be 30 this year, and my son Ronnie Jr. He's 27.
And your wife's name?
Cheryl.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah. Well, the best for last.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are in Maryland. You're selling semiconductors. What brings you back to the area?
Family. So my wife, initially she worked for Toll Brothers in conveyancing, and then she went to Rockville, Maryland, which was probably a 40-minute drive where he lived. She got a job at Coca-Cola. I was still working at my company, got out of the business. I was burnt out. So right after my son was born, I left because it just was a burnout. And we had an opportunity to move to Atlanta. My wife's boss was moving down there, and it was a good opportunity, but the family was in Jersey and Philadelphia and Bucks County, so we moved back in 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've lived here ever since.
Okay. So then you live here, and how does real estate fold into the story?
So I think everybody's story is, oh, real estate's great. I love houses, I love people, blah, blah, blah. I did get my license in 2001. So I had my job in semiconductors. I went back to another company. Right after 9/11, I got laid off. Just the world changed at that point. I was licensed in 2001. On 9/11, I was at the Bucks County Association getting my realtor designation, and when all that happened. So I got laid off and jumped in it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for all of us that, can remember where we were on that, fateful morning, we know where you were.
Right.
Starting your real estate career.
Yeah, my daughter was in kindergarten, and I just wanted to go home and hug her. And my mother-in-law picked her up, and he had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so 2001, I went to real estate.
Okay. So I'm gonna move around
Sure.
throughout the story. So tell us first about your first year in real estate. What was that like for you?
So there was no cell phones, there was computers. The MLS just went online apparently. Some of the old timers showed me a book of listings, and so it was basically, here's the Kohl's directory, which is like the white pages. Call people.
Yeah.
Do not call, I don't think existed at that point, or if it did, it was not a big TCPA compliance thing.
But it is today.
It is today, and you make sure you do that. We covered that.
Yeah.
And it was just basically calling and saying, are you looking to buy or sell real estate? That was it.
Right.
And I had a manager, and she's still around. She really taught me a lot. It was basically a one-on-one. We had a smaller office in Dublin, Pennsylvania, and I did script practice with her or dialogue practice with the agreement of sale. Mm-hmm. She was the customer, and I was paraphrasing the agreement of sale, reading it upside down basically, and going over that. So that was it was a tough business, but if you continue to do the action items, it becomes easier. Right. So it's just not like, oh yeah, we're going to open doors and show people houses, and you got to get to know people. Yeah. And I was several years removed. I didn't grow up in Bucks County, so I didn't know anybody. Right. So it was really tough.
So what was your method of lead generation? So you didn't really know anybody. You picked up a book and you started calling strangers, right? What else helped you integrate yourself into the area?
Yeah, getting involved in the community. So my children were young, and I was the homeroom dad, and just getting to know people and talking about what I did, what they did, getting to know them. So that was it. Just we're all involved as realtors in our communities, some more than others, and that's the main thing. That's the root of it. Get involved in your community and help out. I mean, people are thinking, yeah, I'm going to get involved because I want business. That's not the whole thing. You want to get involved to make a difference, and then it comes.
So that's a byproduct of doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's talk about that. I'm going to fast forward a little bit into the fact that you are heavily involved in your community. Yeah. What are some of the things that you contribute your time to?
Okay, right now, let me go back. I was involved in coaching and all that stuff. Right now, I'm in the Knights of Columbus at my church. I teach religious prep. I've been doing that 20 years now. Mm-hmm. So some of those kids are 30, 28, yeah. So they're the main two things that I do. Just involved in the community, and I love it.
And as a byproduct, you see real estate business come into that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
What are some other ways that you, as we call it, lead generation, what are other things that you're doing in order to keep your business going?
Yeah, walk the dog in the neighborhood. He's my best salesperson. It's conversation. It's like a baby. It's a conversation starter.
Right.
But no, I'm joking there. But that is it. but just walking around, get to know the neighbors, and they see you out in the community. They see you in an ad or something like that digitally in Facebook, and what we're doing things at our office. Our Red Day that's coming up,
right.
And they see us doing that, helping the community. They see us mowing our lawn. So it's just talking to people. Bottom line, it's a conversation. Whether it be how's the kids, how's the wife, how's their in-laws. It's all about that. And then it morphs into other things.
And you're not afraid to talk to anybody?
No. Sometimes I am. I mean, sometimes that phone looks like it's 100 pounds, but 200 pounds.
All right. So the other thing that I know that has been huge for you in the last, let's call it year, maybe year and a half, is your social media game has taken a huge incline. Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So I guess family reunion.
Which year?
Last year it started.
Okay.
Last year it started, and then this year, of course, with Gary Vee. And that's what the world's doing. Everybody is looking at a phone for 15 seconds, and you're getting that attention.
Yeah.
Podcasts and things like that, if it's informational, people want that. They'll look at it in the future. But I was golfing the other night, and I just put it on a story, and I try to give informational things that I do as a person in my community, things like that. So I'm all over the place. I'm not just jamming, hey, I'm a realtor, buy with me, sell with me. It's, hey, I'm golfing, I'm painting the Bucks County Housing Authority with my fellow realtors.
Right. So it sounds like you run more of a relationship-based business,
yeah,
versus maybe a transactional. Not to say either was better than the other, but it sounds like that's where your lane is.
Yeah.
Tell me about you and how do you get to that space? Why is that important to you?
I'm a people person. It sounds maybe cliche, but I really truly want to know what somebody's doing, how their life is, and how their family is. So I want to know them first.
Right.
It's great. I still like doing open houses. Some people are like, I don't do them. I like doing them. When people come in, I like to talk to them. Even if they're dealing with a real estate agent, everybody gets treated the same. It's not like, hey, how'd you come here? I'm a realtor, and then I walk away. Everybody gets treated the same. But I genuinely care about the person.
I love that. So, Ron, what's next? What's next for you? Meaning, so you've got the open house thing down, you've got the relationship thing down, you got the social media thing down. Is it more of those things, or is there something else that you're thinking about incorporating into this beautiful business of yours?
It's more of those things. I'm going to keep it running. If there's, I need to leverage a lot. We were talking about, when you get busy, you need to leverage some things to people that can make you be out there and talk to people. So social media wise, I would do a video. Now I'm talking to a virtual social media assistant, okay, where I can do a video, give it to them, because I may know how to edit it and do all of that, but it will take me 4 times as long.
Yeah.
So more of that, more social media, and that's what I think is going to be key. People getting to know me better.
Gotcha. So, what did I miss? What question should I have asked that I didn't?
I don't know. When am I buying the lotto tickets for the next drawing, I guess?
So that's another thing that you do, right? I think you show up in every community that you're a part of, whether it's your local community, whether it's a community here at Keller Williams, the regional community, the national community, as far as the company and all those things. So, so let's keep doing the lotto, because you run that for the Market Center.
Yeah, I did at another company. I was at another real estate company, and it's a fun thing. Everybody, if you have 5 seconds, oh my God, we have a chance. You have 1 in 300 million, but everybody's together. Yeah. Everybody, when they see me, hey, we're going to win this week. It's a conversation, and it's a fun thing for that 1 week, and then, again, it's everybody's together. It's a community.
I think just having this conversation, and Lord knows we could go on for hours in this conversation, it makes it so obvious to why this year you were our Agent of the Year for Keller Williams, Doylestown, New Hope. It's just so refreshing to do this and spend more time. So thanks so much for
thank you.
This first version of this.
Yeah, the native voice. Thank you.
I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
You just had an opportunity to witness the first of many of our interviews with our Agent Spotlight. Can't wait to have you guys back for the next one. Who knows who will be on the seat next to me next month. See you then.